Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Total War Warhammer with the Siege of Karak. Today we have the Greenskins going up against the mighty Dwarven clans. So, Doomdiver's going in straight away. So it's myself and Warrior of Sparta going up against Oakley and Pixelated Apollo. So I'm just going to slow this down briefly while the gyrocopters go in to harass my attacking force. I'll just go over the unit rosters very, very briefly so you can kind of see what units we're using. So we've got lots of Black Orcs, some Trolls here. So these are very elite armies, just to make you guys all aware. We have an Orc Shaman here, more Black Orcs, Goblin Rock Lobbers, lots of Trolls. We have 3 Giants, more Trolls, still scrolling through the Trolls, lots more Black Orcs controlling the Siege Towers, Orc Biggins. Then we have I have 2 Ragnarok Spiders in my army, and I'm leading with Grimgor Ironhide. If I can find him, he's just amongst his Orc brethren here. Urgh. Then we also have Warrior Sparta's force containing some Savage Orc Boar Boys, some Doomdiver Catapults, a Battering Ram, couple of Giants, some Goblin Big Boss. He's up there flying his Wyvern. Whoop. There he is. Then some more Black Orcs, a Ragnarok Spider here. 2 of Ragnarok Spiders, Warrior Sparta has. Some Orc Araboys, some Black Orcs. So let's take a little look at the Dwarves. We will get some zooming in action of all the units at some point. So we've got some Quarrelers here. We also have some Dwarf Warriors. So this is a very large battle as well. Some Iron Breakers, everything a Dwarf needs to defend its Karak. Some Slayers, Hammerers. So they have a lot of heavy infantry. There's Oakley. Dwarf Warriors, Longbeards. So, yeah. You're getting the idea by now. This is a mighty Dwarven force with some Longbeards here. They are very Longbeards. Some Hammerers. I'm sure we'll see some of their artillery at some point. So we have a Flame Cannon here. Some Thunderers. Some Longbeards. Slayers. Iron Drakes. So these could be extremely lethal. Then we also have some more Miners, Slayers. I think that's Pixelated Apollo being carried by his loyal Knights. The Knights of Apollo. Some more Slayers. Okay, so let's get into the battle now. So, we of course have to push up our towers very quickly as our siege towers, because the towers in the sieges, they do have a range of the entire map. And I do love the music on Warhammer. This is fantastic music. So I should point out, this is basically the first time we got together playing. So if you're noticing any bugs and bits and bobs, this was a pre-release build. So of course it's all subject to change. However, I'm sure you'll agree it is looking like a very rather polished title. So, enough of that. Let's focus on the battle. So, there's so much going on in this battle, it's very hard to keep track of everything. So, Dwarves attempting to sprint away from the Black Orcs. So let's see them jump down. So in their place, Dwarven Warriors going on in. Longbeards with their great weapons going up against the Black Orcs. So that engagement will go on for a little while. As we can see here, I'm sending in my Giants. I'm pretty much sending them under the tower, so hopefully they don't get hit too much. I'm doing the same with my entire force until we can get in the gate. So I think I'm going to send my Giant in to smash that down. I send my Ragnaroks under the range of the towers as well. So Warrior Sparta's already in, charging on in. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Smashing the Dwarves away. That belly's a rumbling. Oh my god, this is... Watching this back, where we were kind of playing very heavily. Oh, the charge is going in on the Giants. Where we were, you kind of have to stay zoomed out. The Ragnarok's going in now. Everything's happening on this side of the battle. Those charges are doing a huge amount of damage. So I'm still bashing away to get in at the minute. But once I do, well, it's not going to go well for them, I would hope. So this is a battle replay, this isn't live, as you can probably tell from my mishmash of commentary. So at the minute, the balance of power is in our favour a little bit, and that's mainly because we brought a lot of monstrous and large units. So my recommendation is when you start playing multiplayer, impose limits on Ragnaroks and Giants and things like that. But it looks like Warrior Spartas is getting burned. The Slayers have gone in to try and take down the monstrous units. The enemy gates have been destroyed. My Black Orcs are celebrating. And let's see my Giant come on in, lumbering in. The Dwarven force is ready to meet us. So my Trolls are going in as well. Slayers throwing themselves at the Giant and the Trolls. I pretty much just send my Giant going straight on. Oh my god, those detonation charges. The Iron Drakes spewing flame, and the kind of damage that that's dealing, you can see, like, it's losing health very quickly. So I'm trying to send in reinforcements, I'm trying to send in my Ragnarok. My warriors are fleeing from the might of the dwarves. Magic's being thrown in here. Throwing dwarves up into the air. Spiders being attacked, but all of Warrior Sparta's monstrous units are now in play in the battle. I finally get my Ragnarok Spider in. My Giants are going in as well. Those Slayers are going to be a bit of a pain to take down though. This game, oh my god. I think for a CA release, from what I've played of it so far, it does come across as incredibly polished. So this definitely isn't a launch like Rome 2. My system is a rather high-end one though, so I'm pretty much playing on ultra settings, recording this at 60 frames a second, playing it at also 60 frames a second at least. So I'm using a 980 Ti. I also have 6-core i7, 16GB of RAM. I'm running this on a solid state hard drive, so that gives you an idea of my specs. I'm trying to use a little bit of magic as well, and I'm starting to push on into this is the pixelated Apollo's lines. Warrior Sparta flying around on his mount, overseeing the battle. So this battle wasn't really meant to be kind of showing off, I guess, a fair battle. We did go for lots of monstrous units, as you can see. But really, we were all just kind of experimenting with the different units. As it's kind of like our first time actually having the game on our PCs. So it's fantastic to be able to play it. So I'm sending one of my Ragnaroks further into the battle. As you can see, they've formed up another defensive line. Black Orcs now are swarming over the battlements. I think we've pretty much won the fight for the walls. So I think that our opponent's tactic was to try and wear us down in this siege. So as you can see, they formed up more defensive positions here. Warrior Sparta sending his Ragnaroks around. Keep trying to push up against the Longbeards here. So many Longbeards and Dwarf Warriors with their great weapons. So my Ragnarok, I'm trying to get it to cause a bit of mayhem. While I can try and bring up the rest of my force. I'm just watching it from the dwarf point of view. Seeing that just come into your Karak must be, well, not very pleasant. But the Slayers, chasing them down. Oh my god, they go flying. That's okay, so I'm starting to send men round. They're trying to hold me at bay here. Let's take a little look at War Spartas. I wasn't really looking at what he was doing too much in the battle. I do use a lot of foot. Is it the Foot of Gork? I can't remember the name of the spells for the life of me. I'm not sure if I've started using them yet. As you can see, my units have been routing, but they've come back into the battle. Oh, here's my Shaman. So you may see a few spells happening. Where's the Foot of Gork? So here we go. Despite my unit kind of routing, it has kind of come back into play. Starting to grind down some of their units. Tons of Black Orcs still going on in. So these are the cream of the crop of Orcish infantry. So I'm just going to slow it down here for a second. Just want to zoom in on this statue. Like, the attention to detail in the sieges seem very impressive. I will say it is a shame that when you're fighting in a Karak, it is just a kind of a normal set of walls, like normal ground settlements, but still incredibly atmospheric. As you can see, we are underground. War Sparta's trolls going on in, trying to punch through, smashing stuff as they go. So here we go. Finally engaging here. They do, however, have their Iron Drakes firing on in. Flanked with a flame cannon, trying to pull the flame cannon back as I'm putting a lot of pressure on his troops. Weaning down the Slayers. I'm sending a lot of my monstrous units around the flank. Orc Shaman, hopefully not going to get into the battle. So Grimgor, at the minute, Rambler, is actually fighting by himself. So I'm actually getting him out of dodge. Buffing him as I go. Okay, so here we go. I think we're about to see us. No. I thought we were about to see a spell then. But the flame cannon is trying to hit my Shaman. The gits. So I'm not sure this would be a last stand of the dwarves. I think it might be. And they're already saying victory is in our grasp. So it wasn't the fairest battle. However, I think it does show off how crazy battles in Warhammer can be, and it did also highlight to us that you do need restrictions put in place, especially for the evil factions, as they have a lot more monstrous units than that of the dwarves and the Empire and Bretonnia. War Sparta still trying to break through. But at the minute, it is just kind of a bit of a grind to get through here. My Ragnarok's making good progress. So I think I may have missed out on the spells, which is unfortunate. I will have to try and show off some spells for you all in the future. Although I'm sure you've probably all seen quite a few in Creative Assemblies. Oh, there we go. So Grimgor Ironhide is using his buffs It does have a couple that can buff other units, which increases their attack, defense, etc. Leadership, which is essentially morale. So units that have routed do come back into the battle sometimes. Like in that case, the trolls, they have a good chance of probably coming back at some point. Ragnarok's finally getting round now, along with the giants. Kind of ganging up on pixelated Apollo there. So is there anything you particularly like me to show off? Do let me know in the comments below. Like if there's a particular battle you'd like to see, I can try and get that played out for you. Oh, here we go. So, the shaman using a bit of magic there. Oh, they've just got back up. Oh, gosh darn it. So I'm trying to send my Ragnarok spider to harass the units here. Oh no, it's routing. Sorry. That wasn't me doing that at all. It's just getting out of there. Let's take a little look just before the battle ends at the kind of devastation that's been wrought upon this Karak. Dwarves falling by the thousands here today. Soon to be overrun by orcs and the like. They still got the flame cannon in play though. Going into the black orcs. But it's great to be able to zoom in on these battles. I actually can't really do it when you're playing because it's just very fast paced. So using more buffs with Grimgor. So I do also very much like the tactical map because you can actually still see the units moving around and fighting. Look at all these units moving on in. So that's with me pressing the space bar. So I think that's a lot better than the previous tactical map. But we've had a bit of a mass rout with their units now. So it's pretty much just Oakley that's remaining. Pixelated Apollo is kind of just legging it. So it pretty much does, when units start to rout at this stage in the battle, it does turn into a chain rout. But it is just Oakley fighting for his life now, so we'll watch the downfall of Oakley. Charging on in, the Slayer King. Oh. There we go. Takes out our Black Orc. No problem. Although a Ragnarok Spider is a... Oh my god, look at that. What? So, I've actually lost him. Where is he? Oh, here he is. Kind of sheltering behind a catapult, getting knocked down, but still getting up again. So the enemy stronghold will soon be ours. One remaining out of almost 5,000 dwarves. Doing more buffs. And there we go. With that, he's dead. We'll end the replay. Take a little look at the stats. Although we can't because they were large armies. So we can't see which unit got what kills. However, I lost more than Warrior Sparta. Warrior Sparta deployed a few hundred more men than me. And there we have the stats of Pixelated Apollo and Oakley. So they lost a couple of thousand apiece. So there we go. So let me know what kind of content you want to see on Warhammer in the future. If If you like the video, make sure to leave a like and help share it around on various social media and bits and bobs. And until next time, everyone, I bid you a very, very good day.